So in your case, I'd say children are more prone to having false alarms since, first of all, they are easily impressionable, being of young mind and having, wild imaginations, as you so aptly put it. So add that to the fact that you watched somewhat horror movies as a kid, which I would count Monster Inc. as among the younger generation. And you would be very easily scared by false alarms because children's imaginations are the most vulnerable. They are the most likely to confuse the boundaries between fantasy and reality. So, the closet horrors from Monster Inc. may very well have been brought over to your real life by your mind and your mind alone. However, it is all just a trick of the mind, as you can see. You mentioned that it was your cat most likely chasing mouse, yes?
Yes.
Well, that's
Cannot lie.
Oh yes, that's your false alarm. There was no shadow. There was no danger, even though your kid mind may have thought so. It was just your cat. So it is more of a fear of the unknown than anything else.
Relatable. I find it relatable.
Well, doctor, how about mine?
Yours, Miss Ruby, I'd say is the most clear-cut definition or example for false alarms.
How is that so, doctor?
Her stalker. Oh, yes. So, why she would think there was a stalker in the first place, I would say it is most likely because women are more prone to attacks than males are. So, I would label this as a learned alarm, where Miss Ruby, the woman in particular, was conditioned from a young age up until adulthood to fear the dangers in dark alleyways, to fear the dark and any looming figures that may be following her, since, more often than not, they might have sinister intentions. It was a self-defense mechanism programmed by Miss Ruby's mind in order to keep her from harm. However, in this case, it was a lucky break that it was not a stalker. It was most likely a neighbor, as we have cleared up previously.
I see. Thank God.
So I believe this clears up all three of our other guests' mysteries, I suppose.
Wow, I never really thought of that. That's such a mind-blowing thing to discover today.
Yes.
It was all just false alarm. I mean, in Nini's case, it was actual TV being the false alarm. In Koyum's case, it was the mouse. And in Ruby's case, it was the so-called stalker. Who could have thought of that, huh, doctor?
Well, I'd say no one could have seen this coming, at least not if you don't study psychology intensively.
Very interesting indeed. So today, our takeaway is we got to learn how does false alarm relate with horror movies, and we also learned about the learned alarm and a little bit of the true alarm. So I think that's marks of today's today's talk show. So thank you so much, Dr. Jun, Koyum, Miss Ruby, and Nini for joining me for my talk show today. Signing off, this is Beyond the News. I'm Helena, your host for the day, and goodbye.